So if I was standing up, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, that doesn't fit on you."
I like it. I like it.
Oh, that's a cool shirt. I like it a lot.
Oh,
dude, even the Walt Disney World portion of the trip was awesome too. Like we had those extra days, you know, like that was so great.
I know you guys look like you were killing it at World too.
Like I love the refurbishment and the rooms to French Quarter. Like those are great.
I should have switched to French Quarter from Caribbean Beach.
I was telling you.
I know. But I was like, I want the Skyliner because, you know, it's marathon weekend. I'll be tired.
Yeah.
But French Quarter, I could ride a bus. It'd been fine, but I didn't.
Sometimes the buses are just like chill though. You know, you're just like.
I know. I hear you.
For me, like, because I drive all the time, like here. So it's just like nice to just sit and have someone else do the driving.
I hear you. I'm trying to go live on Instagram. We'll see if it works because it didn't let me update the key. That's so funny you're doing it because that music was playing, no doubt.
That is so funny, yeah.
Come on, go live.
Well, apparently it's one of Michigan's hockey songs that they do, like the students dance to, and Emilee's a season ticket holder for the hockey games, so like she like sings it all the time.
Yeah, here's what I'm gonna do. That'd be a good one for like a little pep band to play.
Yeah, it is. That's perfect. That's perfect. I'm like, why has Michigan State not ever done that? Is what I started wondering.
Because you got the horns. Dun, dun, dun. There it is. I love that movie. That movie is because like my dad used to watch that movie all the time when I was a kid. Like anytime it was on, he'd like keep it on like cable. And like I was younger, and I'm like, this movie's so dumb. Like,
I swear, Son of a Preacher Man is in that movie, but maybe it's not. So we had a trivia, Mike, where we went 19 for 20. And it was movie, like they play a song, guess the movie on the cruise. And I basically ran the whole thing. Liz knew a couple of them, but I knew them all. And I was like, the one I missed was Son of a Preacher Man is for Pulp Fiction, Quentin Tarantino, which I knew like afterwards. I was like, I swear that's in Blues Brothers. So that's the answer I went. And of course the team got a 20 out of 20. So
we talked about that with, I did a podcast a couple nights ago with the Palo. And I'm like, somebody always gets perfect because their first ever Disney cruise. And she's like, yeah, we came close. I'm like, trust me.
You always come
on every cruise, somebody will get a perfect score. It's like, and I swear it's people that are on there that do like 192 sailings. They know they'll know the answer to number 8 when they're reading question number 4. Like, it's not even fair.
Yeah. I'll talk about that because there was a winning one that did not get 20 and I'll talk about it.
It's wild. All right. I think we're good. Let's see. Lions Cowboys tonight. That'll be a good one.
It's basically going to decide the season for the Lions, but we're all banged up, so it's not looking good for tonight.
The Cowboys are in kind of the same shape, right?
Yeah, basically. I mean, the Lions, they have to win this one. They can't be 7-6 and have a shot.
We'll get to cheer them on. There'll be something to watch tonight because there's not much on TV lately. All right. So this is actually going to be for a week from Friday, a week from tomorrow.
Okay.
Here. Now I'm going to be doing that, dude. All night.
It easily gets stuck in your head. It's the jam.
All right, here we go. Welcome to episode 2812 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Friday to you. Hope you're getting ready for a great weekend. We are going to have a fun show for you today. Lots and lots of Walt Disney World talk, Disney Cruise Line talk from two dudes that are both super sad that they're back from their Disney cruises. Dude, it's real. Coming back from a Disney cruise is rough. Nobody's making your bed. Nobody's serving you dinner. It's an adjustment. But this means you got to get ready for your next cruise, which I got to figure out when that's going to be. But we'll figure that out. I'm going to talk about my cruise next week. But Scotty G, my good buddy, my brother from another mother, back from his Walt Disney World Disney Cruise Line extravaganza over Thanksgiving. I haven't even heard all the details yet, so I can't wait to jump in. Scotty G, what's up? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Mike. Good to be here. Shout out to Elizabeth. I know she doesn't listen, but happy belated anniversary. Our anniversary is the 11th, 12/11, fun day to remember.
Nice.
But yeah, it is so painful to come back from a cruise. Like
so
you talked about it on the Magic one we did this last summer, where like I went to the see you real soon thing on the last night, and you're like, no man, that just makes me too sad because I avoid every people.
I can't. It's so sad.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I know, and I'll talk about it. Like I did go to it briefly because there was someone I wanted to see, and I'll talk about that later tonight. But yeah, like it's that last night is kind of rough. Like your luggage is like if you don't do the walk off, like your luggage is no longer in the room. Your room like it's about almost as clean as it was when you entered, and you're like that doesn't feel right. No, I should be having to like dodge this and like walking all weird to avoid certain things that are in the room. Like this isn't right. Why is my room empty? Because it's a bad sign that your cruise is coming to an end. I hate that feeling.
All right. So for those people that haven't been following the journey over the past couple of months as we're leading up to this, because we were always talking about as you're getting ready to go down, this was a Thanksgiving trip that kind of the genesis was you were going to celebrate Liz's 40th birthday over Thanksgiving. So kind of a combo trip. Emmalee was going to get to go down. She's in her freshman year at University of Michigan. So kind of get the party, the band back together, have a nice family vacation over Thanksgiving. But it evolved into something bigger as your trips tend to do, right?
I don't know why I do this, but it is what happens. You start looking at the calendar and you're like, well, the cruise is a Tuesday. We're flying down on a Monday. Like there's a weekend right before that. Like could we squeeze a couple more days? And then Emmalee said that basically Michigan kind of shuts down mostly for that week. Because there's a lot of out of staters that go to Michigan too. Actually, it's not just like in state. So professors were canceling classes, things like that. So like, oh, let's just add on. I was worried about the government shutdown that was happening too with flights. Like I didn't want to you never take a chance on a cruise, right? We always talk about that in the podcast. So like, well, if we can just have a Friday night flight, then that gives a Saturday, Sunday, and Monday has a buffer. So let's just do it. And luckily we flew down on a Friday night with ease, and that gave us like 3 extra days of a vacation. So we got to spend a lot of time at World. So we really did evolve this trip, and it was just magical, Mike.
So one this quick thought on those bonus days, because that's really what they were. They were bonus days. I mean, you added them on super late in the game. Do they feel even better, like mentally, when you know that like these were not built in from the original plan? Like, I mean, did you kind of feel just like you were living it up even more than a regular Walt Disney World vacation?
Mike, you nailed it. Like that's exactly what we kept even saying that. Like, and sometimes we do this with any trip. Like after the first day, you're like, wow, we have 7 more days to go. And it feels like I've already been here like 2 days. And after the next day, like, okay, we still have a few more days to go, but it feels like we've been here a week. And that's how that felt. Like we just had like all this extra borrowed time basically. And I just kept saying like before, even once we were on the ship, I was like, it feels like this is our second vacation, like the world piece, even though it was only 3 days, like we jam packed a lot in those because, well, it was extra days. We haven't been in a while. We're like, let's just do it because we'll relax on the cruise. Well, you know how that goes, Mike. Yeah. Do you really relax sometimes?
You always say that before you get on the ship.
Exactly. But it just felt like we lived 2 week-long vacations in a matter of like 8 days. It was just unbelievably awesome. But yeah, you nailed it. Like we just kept saying like, oh my God, we'd be back at home. Like we kept doing the game like, Emmalee, what would you be doing on Sunday afternoon? Like if we weren't down here right now, would you be like at the dorm, like doing so-and-so, or like I would be video editing, but instead we're all together here doing XYZ. It was a fun game we played the whole time.
We're so like, because tonight at dinner, because of course we're recording this one before I go on the cruise for ours, and tonight at dinner, because we're leaving in a couple days, I told Pam, I was like, on Monday afternoon, we'll be having lunch at Cookies. I'm like, isn't that the greatest thing in the world? Like it'll be a Monday afternoon in December and we'll be having lunch at Cookies on a Monday afternoon. I'm like, in December, because we've talked forever. Like, we've always done cruises, and sometimes we've been like on a cruise on a Monday, but never in December, like we've always had to go in the dead of summer, so I was like, this is going to be so weird for us. So
it's weird.
Like
you're right. I've never done a cruise like this time of year either. It's always been like World would be like our Thanksgiving trips. Like we've done like February cruise before, but it's mostly summertime for Disney Cruise Line. So you're right. It does feel weird, but it's awesome. It's so awesome.
I cannot wait. I'm so excited. So, well, let's talk about the World Park because we got a lot to talk about on the Fancy. You did a 5-night cruise, lots of stuff to talk about there. But you guys went hard in the parks, like you mentioned. I mean, you did like a park opening. I mean, you were there till close some days, and we called you there. Got some highlights on that one listener question show where I bombarded your Animal Kingdom.
We were leaving Animal Kingdom. That was hilarious. Funny story about that. So like you called me, we're getting our photo with the tree, and then I just kept walking to the tram, and I was kind of loud and excited to be talking to you, Pam.
That was one of the highlights of the year on the podcast.
And I'm just talking, and you got the tram announcements going in the background, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna hang up. Like, don't forget, like, I want all the people around me to know that I'm talking to the Be Our Guest podcast. This is the best podcast ever. And then I hung up, and then like then it was like silent. Like it was so quiet. Like I was clearly like the only person like talking. And I just like, I'm sorry, everybody. That was my friend Mike from the Be Our Guest podcast. He just wanted to catch up with me. We're in a good mood today. So sorry if I was disruptive. And everyone was like, oh, that was awesome. I thought it was great.
Great. Like, and check out Must See Adventures, like and subscribe.
Exactly. I was just trying to plug what we do, like, but I did lightning lanes, which not something we do every trip, but I mean, it's just funny. It was bonus time, so it wouldn't even matter if we did one ride, right? Because that would have been more than what we were doing back home here in East Lansing. But I just thought, like, well, let's just do it. It's gonna be week of Thanksgiving, probably pretty busy. So we did some lightning lanes, and that was good. And we would just get there early. And one day we only took like a 20-minute break at the room just to change, and then we went right back to the park. That's not the Gardner way usually. No, so we were just having so much fun, Mike. It was a blast.
Yeah, because you guys usually, I mean, you're at the pool for a long time. You always take a long pool break and stuff like that. But you guys went hard. So was there anything new that you guys got to experience at the parks, or just old favorites? Anything like a festival festival holidays going on at Epcot?
Yeah. So this was an unexpected like win for us. Is that we went to Epcot on that Saturday. So we flew like late Friday night. So the Saturday before Thanksgiving. And we didn't have a dinner reservation. We ended up booking Garden Grill for dinner because we hadn't had that like in a long time. And we're like, oh, it's a week of Thanksgiving. We have some turkey, like all you care to eat. We love the Chippendale and all the characters there. But what surprised us when we went to the land that night, Glimmering Greenhouse was ready to be ready.
So good.
And that was unexpected to me because like I do like, well, I guess they have to set it up right before like the festival holidays start, which is always the day after Thanksgiving, that Black Friday. But I didn't know if they were going to like actually like turn the lights on and all that stuff, but they did. So we actually rode it twice because the Glimmering Greenhouse is unbelievably awesome. So that was a great little perk that we didn't expect. Didn't have the food booth soft opening, which is fine, but yeah. So we got to do the ride. We went to a new to us restaurant. We went to oh my God, why am I blinking on it? The Polynesian Wailulu. We went there. And I really loved it. I thought it was
people are raving about this. I'm swinging by there over Marathon Weekend. I'm making it a point to do that. Yeah.
But now there's reservations. I know at the time of this recording, you can actually make ADRs there. So when we went, it was still like you had to get on a wait list, and we had a car, but I wasn't sure. Like I'll tell you, Disney is really cracking down on parking at the resorts.
I wonder why.
I know, but we went to we met some listeners of the podcast or in the Discord and in the Discord too from Maryland. And they went to Kona one morning and they said the seasonal pancake was pumpkin, which Emmalee loves. So we're like, oh yeah, we should go to Kona, like one morning. So we went there and drove, and they give you a little slip that said, you are here for breakfast. And this is 3-hour parking only to put on your dashboard. So
see, that's smart though.
Yeah. They really, I mean, what could stop someone from just like not putting it on their dashboard? I don't know. Because this is what got me. Like, I feel like all the other guests then should have something on their dashboard saying they're like a guest staying at the Polynesian, so that they would be able to.
There has to be. I mean, they got to figure that out. I mean, they got to be smart. Like, there has to be a system in place.
Because like you could be a rebel, right, and be like, all right, well, I'm not putting this on my dashboard.
Everybody how to do it. Yeah.
But that's why we were like confused. Like, why don't the other cars have something that's saying that they're a guest? So I think they're going to have to fix that a little bit, or else people are probably still going to break the rule there. But I was worried about parking at the Polynesian Tower for Wailulu. So we took an Uber actually, because I didn't know what to do. It was kind of weird. We have a car, but we still took an Uber because we're going to go to the Magic Kingdom afterwards anyway. And who wants to drive from the Magic Kingdom that night?
Yeah, especially
so. But yeah, so that was great. But yeah, we got on the wait list and it took 2 minutes. Basically, the restaurant is very small, which kind of surprised me. Like we sat inside, and I say the outside has even more seating for sure than it does inside. But Emmalee got like a Hawaiian plate kind of thing. Liz and I did the burger. Like our friend from St. Louis, Dr. L, was like just talking about how great that burger was. So I had to try it. I thought it was terrific. And it was just a beautiful night. This is our last night on Monday. We just took the boat over to the Magic Kingdom afterwards. Main Street, I swear, was like New Year's Eve, 4th of July.
You texted me that. You said it was a nut house.
Dude, we'll have some must-see adventure video on it. I have video on Main Street as we're walking up. I've never seen anything like it. It was crazy. I'm like, how are we going to see Happily Ever After? So we went towards like kind of like Tomorrowland. And, by like the fake rocks kind of when you get by there, they have it all taped off. But there was just like enough spots for like 3 people, so we just hopped in there. Slightly had a little obstructed view, but you could see everything, you could hear everything, and like Tinkerbell basically like flew right over us, which is kind of a cool perspective. So we got to see the fireworks, and then we saw the Starlight Parade for the first time that night too. So that was brand new to us. So that was a great way to wrap up the world piece of the trip, doing all these new things on that last night.
So real quick, what'd you think of Starlight though? Because you've seen Paint the Night, you've seen a lot of the parades. Where'd Starlight rank for you?
I thought it was okay. So Liz is the one that likes it the most out of the 3 of us. Emilee's probably in the middle, and I think I liked it the least. And I don't know why. Maybe it is Paint the Night is why maybe it kind of ruined it for me. You know me, I'm a big music guy. I love music, and I could not connect to the song. And sometimes that happens on a first listen, right? So maybe I need to hear it.
Maybe it's got to grow on you or something.
Yeah, maybe I got to hear it a few times. But it was crazy. So I told you how busy the park was. So we were going to see the second show, which is 10 o'clock. So we rode the People Mover a little bit, and we're like, well, we should probably like get a spot, but Main Street's going to be crazy. So let's walk the Frontierland, and because it goes through there too, and like just watch it from over there. And it's like roped off, and like we have our spot that we like for like, the Very Merry and the Halloween party. And we get a spot, and there's like no one there. I'm like, this is kind of crazy. Like where did all the people go? And like people are walking by us constantly going to Haunted Mansion and all this. I think people were just either they watched the first parade or they were just really locked in on doing the attractions. Because Mike, I sat there, and then when the parade started, a guy just swooped out of nowhere in the spot next to me right before it started. And I sat there for 45 minutes. I could have just showed up last minute and had the same spot, which kind of blew me away.
Yeah, I mean, but you were doing
I was just doing what I was
exactly. We're trained too well. We're trained too well to know what we got to do. Yeah, so yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, but I liked it. I think it just takes some more viewing. Like the floats are really pretty. Emmalee, I don't think she like listens to other people's opinions on social media. So I've heard this one before, but Emmalee made the same observations that the performers, there's just not enough like dancers or performers. Like you have these like big gaps between the floats and the next float, and she would have liked to see more performers like you see in the other parades, which I 100% agree with. But it'll grow on me. It's just nice to have that option because that has been missing from the Magic Kingdom for years.
I agree. All right, so again, you talk about, and this is where I talk about this all the time. We're 100% in sync on this. The morning of a cruise, there is nothing better. The anticipation of getting on a cruise is almost as exciting as the cruise itself.
It is better than the cruise itself. I think
that morning is nothing is better. Like I'm going on a cruise today. Like it is the best. So tell us about Embarkation Day, getting over there from French Quarter and all that stuff.
If I could feel how I always feel on Embarkation Day and just lock that in a bottle, because like
for real,
I never feel better about life or myself. And because I had a rough week going up to that, and like it just like cleared my mind at that point. Just Embarkation Day is something magical. What was great about that morning was we had a little mini Be Our Guest podcast meet at French Quarter.
That was pretty cool.
Our friend Marlessa was staying there, so we got to have breakfast with her, and then Jason Veronica came over, and then Kim was there with the character parade. Like,
how cool is that? I mean, so cool. Yeah, you had a date with Daisy. You were like all over the place. Those pictures were amazing. I mean, come on now.
It was unbelievable. Like we're just walking, and Daisy just took my arm, and her and I walked around basically like the whole courtyard there at French Quarter. Like we're celebrities, we're hand in hand, and I was opening the door for her, being a gentleman, and like it was a lot of fun. That was like the best. You and I have said this for years. Like the the characters that come to the resort are like the best character experiences. I think
100%.
there's something about like the Chip and Dale one I had a few years ago at Coronado, like that was unbelievable. Like where Chip was like cheating while we were playing cards, like telling us what cards people had and all that. Like there's something about the interaction at the resorts, and I don't know if it's because you're at the resort, like you could be at a theme park paying money to do that. So I don't know what the reasoning is, but those are the best experiences I've ever had for characters at the
Yeah, it's
the
a more
resorts.
intimate experience there at the resorts than I think they're just trying to like get people through at the theme parks possibly. But you're right, man. They've been always great experiences. So okay,
So I was already feeling pretty good with my date with Dave.
You were rocking already, man. You weren't even off the property yet.
So we get to port. So we rented a car. So we drove there to port. Like I really like. I mean, this people are gonna think like, why did you do this? Because I'm just an idiot sometimes. But I just have a way of thinking. But I still paid the rental fee for all the days we were gone, and then paid for the parking. But I love the paying for parking at Port Canaveral because it's like you prepay, right? So you get up there and you can pick your cruise. So however many ships there, you pick like, all right, I'm doing the Disney Fantasy. You press on the button. It tells you how much you pay. That way, when it's time to leave, you don't have to worry about like remembering where your ticket is, for the voucher and all that. You can just leave basically. So I really like the system that they have there at Port Canaveral, the prepay. But so we got there maybe like an hour before our port arrival time. That's just how my brain is wired to do, because like you got to go to the porter, drop your bags off, got to park, then you go through security and all that. It was a rough day because they would not let anyone in for security even until it was your port arrival time.
Really? Because
I never heard of that happening before.
Yeah, they've been loosening up. I mean, during COVID, it was like that, but then they've been really loose on that lately.
But
they weren't.
No, so we just sat there for a long time, and then I'm trying to understand it too, because if anyone has been to Port Canaveral, like you go through security, you go up the big escalator, that is a huge waiting room, right? I mean, there's so many seats. Like, why would you not want people in there sitting instead of just standing on the curb outside? Like, I can't understand it.
So
and
were you in those lines like by your port arrival time?
Yeah.
Is that how they had people like queued up?
And so you were like queued up, and they were like, I don't know what the best way to say this, but they're very aggressive with you. Like, fill in all the space. We need you side by side. And like, I'm like, okay, so the three of us stand by side, and they like tap me on the shoulder, like, you can move forward more. I'm like, so you don't want me to stand side by side with my cabin mates? Like, no, we just need you all spammed in, but still stand. It didn't make sense. They were really like aggressive, and it's just not
sounds like people are stressed.
Yeah, it's just not a good way to start your cruise. I mean, I was still on a high. Like, I know, like I'm getting on the ship eventually. It's going to be awesome, but like the whole setup there was rubbing me off the wrong way.
I hear you. So okay, eventually you get to go through security. So how's that?
And so that was the thing. Once you get in, like it's already your time, right? Basically. So we got in through security pretty easily. Go up the escalator. I took a couple photos because they had a Christmas tree out there and stuff. And we always like to do the photo of the ship, like on that viewing platform there at Terminal 8. And then boom, it was like doom 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 doom. Now boarding this group, and like, oh, that's us. So that was kind of nice though. So like once we got through all that, boom, we're on the ship. They call your name, which is like the most magical thing. But I've been on Fantasy since the podcast cruise of 2017. It'd been 8 years.
And we just sailed the Magic. So how big did that atrium look?
We talked about that the whole week, man.
I can't wait to get on the Destiny, dude. That Destiny atrium is gonna look enormous compared to the Magic.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. It totally will. But yeah, we kept commenting on that. Like, why is this atrium so massive compared to the Magic? But like, you can't help yourself but notice that giant Christmas tree as you walk in, and I was just like, and then the garland. And so it wasn't lit up though. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. But so you just saw the tree and you saw the garland sitting there. I'm like, this is pretty sweet. And then like the carpet, right? The Fantasy had just came out of dry dock, like maybe like 3 weeks before. And I was talking to the people that recommended the Kona, talking about the Kona pancakes. They were just on the Fantasy before we were. And they were just talking about the carpet feels so good on your feet, you can like just like everything's like spotless on the ship. And it was, I mean, at Disney Cruise Line, that's how it usually is anyway. But so great. I missed that ship. I'll save a little something for the end and my final thoughts on where it ranks, and all that. But I missed that chandelier. I missed the color of the carpet, like the peacock theme of the Fantasy, because I've sailed the Dream so many times on other ships now. It's been so long. And when we sailed that podcast cruise back in 2017, I was like, this is my number one ship. But it's changed a little bit because I just haven't been on it so long. But like, my gosh, like it reinforced everything that I loved about the Fantasy. And I know you just sailed it last year. And I feel like you felt the same way, right?
I love the Fantasy. I still think it is my favorite ship. I mean, it's got a special place because that podcast cruise was just that was just the best. Like that podcast cruise was amazing. It was a 7-nighter. And I've been on it a couple times, and I took it on another 7-nighter to the Eastern Caribbean, and I love that ship. The
so good.
Whole flow of that ship makes sense. It's got O'Gill's, which is my favorite kind of little pub. I like that kind of little central area there. You know,
it's so much better
or whatever.
Yeah, the Piazza is so much better than the District, in my opinion, because the District is darker. And the bar like kind of sits in the back. So if there was like a musician playing, your back would be to it a lot. But there it has like the circular like carousel kind of thing going on. It's just easier and it's brighter in there. I don't know. I find it so much better than the District. And the Tube.
The Tube is awesome. I mean, Evolution and the Tube are the exact
Evolution is good, but like, for some reason the Tube is so much better than playing like those 80s UK songs there.
Yeah. I don't know, like they're exactly the same, but I mean the Tube I think is way better, and I think it's his name and decorations.
It's weird. And even the like for like thing, I think the skyline on the Fantasy is better than it is on the Dream, because I was just in both. I did a tasting in both recently, and I don't know why. I can't explain it. I feel like the decor is just different in Skyline. Like the Dream has this like fireplace thing that just like kind of feels off a little bit, where in the Skyline and the Fantasy, it works better. I can't explain it, but like almost every like for like thing I feel is better on the Fantasy.
But again, the Dream first, Fantasy second. You know, it's one of those things when you look at the sequence of how they were built. I don't know, but again, a lot of that's just taste and personal preference. But that's just,
for sure.
I've had longer cruises on the Fantasy. Again, I think that gets back to why I think it was better. But I do like a lot of the looks of the Fantasy. Okay, so let's jump in though. So let's just talk about the cruise, because you were celebrating Liz's 40th. So I know that like you had a surprise in the stateroom right when you got there, right?
I did. So when you book a cruise, you can do these like special onboard things ahead of time. So like, and even for like normal things, like I booked some waters beforehand. So it's like you can buy waters with the service team when you get on the board. But I knew we were going to 2 beaches this cruise, so like we definitely want to have some water. So I ordered some waters ahead of time. There is a celebration birthday thing you can do. So I was like, well, no brainer. I had to do that. And the thing we've been talking about in the podcast for the last few weeks, the Christmas tree.
Yeah, because the debate is this thing going to be real or fake? But it was definitely going to have cool ornaments. That was thing.
Oh yeah, the ornaments are sitting downstairs right now. Like we took those suckers home for sure. But it was real. It was real, Mike. So it wasn't like a pine like real smell Christmas tree. It was more like a floral arrangement in the shape of a tree, but it was 100% real. And it was so cool. Like Liz's reaction though was like, oh man, that's cool that they put these trees in everyone's roof for the maritime.
I've been like, yeah, it is. That's a good touch.
Yeah. Our stateroom host had never seen one before.
Really? That's how rare they are.
I don't know how often these are being ordered.
Apparently not very popular.
But she was like, that's so cute. I didn't know that was something that we did. But the celebration for the birthday is kind of cool. They like hang like a banner. There's like something over the bed. You get like a towel too, and like this mystery. We didn't know what it was. It was this thing like that went over. Was it a scarf? Like Liz's dad called it a vest. It's definitely not a vest, but it had like these pockets in it. It was this weird like thing that you could just wear that says "It's my birthday" on it. It was just so funny. And I said, like, I've never seen anyone wear that before. That's really weird. On all the cruises I've done at Disney, I know they do these celebration birthday things. I've never seen a person wear this thing. But sure enough, that first night I saw a lady walking around the ship wearing it.
There you go. I mean, she's there. Heck yeah, it's her birthday.
It's her birthday.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, it was great. It was a nice surprise for Elizabeth. The tree, I mean, that little small table that they have in the stateroom, like kind of over by like the second like pull out bed or whatever. We just kept it on that table the whole time, and it was just great to just have like that tree just sitting in the room. It just enhanced the cruise celebration with the theme of the maritime.
I love that. So you have the big Christmas tree in the atrium. You got your own tree in the stateroom. That's
how to big tree in the atrium. But remember, this is the Walt Disney Company, right? There are trees everywhere on this ship.
That's what DePauli said. But see, I didn't know that because I've never been on a maritime cruise. So I didn't know that. I just assumed that there's one big tree in the atrium and, a few decorations.
I didn't know that either. And like the first time we went to the D Lounge, I said to Emmalee, like, what's the over under how many trees are going to be in the D Lounge? And I said, I bet you there's 5 trees in the D Lounge. And we walked in there was 4. I mean, but then you go into Skyline, there's a tree in there. Nice. You go to Animator's Palette, they have wreaths like all hanging on like on the paintbrushes, like how the paintbrushes are like long holding up the ceiling or whatever. There's garland everywhere. I mean, it is in the gift shops, there's like half a dozen trees and sea treasures, like it's everywhere on the ship and it is awesome.
I love that because I love the ship so much, but man, I am a Christmas nut.
Right?
This has to happen next year.
I told you, like, and you mentioned it to me, like you said, like I heard you say that you want to do this every year now. Like, I feel like I kind of have to.
We're gonna have to because we've been out of sync on our vacations for so long. Like next year,
imagine our families doing this together.
We have to next year because, like, it's just because all this, like. M had her senior year, Mallory and I had her senior, but next year, like we're clearing the calendars. We're doing a Christmas cruise together. We have to. Yeah.
That'd be so awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So let's, you got so much happening though. Okay. So it was Liz's 40th. Emma just turned 18. So that opened up Palo for her. So you're going to do that eventually, but let's walk through so sequentially, like you guys did Lookout Castaway, you had some sea days. So just tell us some highlights. We got, time here.
So one highlight for me, I want to talk about the first night. So we were second dining. And I mentioned when they welcomed aboard the Gardner family, like you get that great view. The tree wasn't lit, the garland wasn't lit because there is a tree lighting ceremony on the first night. Nice. I don't know if DePauli talked about this or not on her trip or not, but
talk about it.
So we were second dining, so we got to see the first one. I'm sure they turned it off or whatever and did it again, but we're like, where do we stand for this? So like, because how the atrium on the Dream Class ships are like very open for decks 3, 4, and 5. So there's people like on deck 4 and deck 5, kind of leaning on the rails looking down. But there was like no one on deck 3. And I'm like, on the main floor where the tree is, I'm like, is that not the right spot to be? Like, do these people know something I don't know? Like maybe it's better to look down on the tree or something. I was like, let's just go down there and just see what happens. So we're just kind of standing around, and then there's like this rope kind of off in front of the stage where like you would enter like Royal Palace or Royal Court, and Liz is like, let's just sit down. So we sit down. I'm like in the front row basically, and there's like little kids joining around to sit down. And basically they do like this crazy like awesome show with like Mickey and Minnie and Goofy and Pluto sing songs and they dance on that stage. They come down the stairwell and all that, and leading up to the tree ceremony. And I had the front row seat. Like, I don't know how it happened.
That's sweet.
But it was so neat, and they're just singing Christmas carols, and then all of a sudden Mickey's like, "Hey, pals, do you think we should light the tree or whatever?" Like whatever Mickey does. And then they're like, "Well, we have to wait for a guest." I mean, I don't want to be too spoiler, so if you don't want to know, just like fast forward like a few seconds here. But then Santa came down the staircase and like, "Yes, let's light the tree."
Dude, stop! That'd be so awesome. Oh my gosh!
I know. And then like boom, like magic, it just lit all the garland lit. So I'm sure they did it. They turned it off, I'm guessing, for the first dining to see the same thing. But then, Mike, the rest of the cruise, it was like lit the whole time. And it just, every time you walk by the Grand Atrium or like deck 4 and 5 with all the garland on like the railings, like it just, I can't explain it, man. It just made my heart so happy just to see like how beautifully decorated this amazing ship was.
Dude, every time you walk by these next year, I have to, because I love Christmas, and oh my gosh, like that right there. That
show was so great. And then later that night, Santa was meeting guests. So we booked the photo package. I don't know if you do that every time, and we try. We don't do it every time, but we knew for like a 5-night on the Fantasy for the first time in a while, being Maritime, like let's do the photo package, and it was so worth it because we got almost 150 photos on this cruise because the characters are in their Christmas outfit. So like, let's see Chip and Dale in the Christmas outfit. Let's see Mickey in his like Christmas, like it was in the pirate night and all that. Like we got so many photos, and then you can get them on Lookout and Castaway and all that. So we took huge advantage of that. But we also got our photo in our pajamas, Mike, with Santa by the tree, of course.
God, that's hilarious.
It was just so good. But like Christmas carolers would come out. I mean, Santa was greeting like almost every day for like a couple hours a day, which was great. And it was funny, like the range of guests waiting in line. So we were like in our pajamas, like meeting Santa the time we did it. And there was like another family in front of us, like a family of 12. I want to talk about that in a second too. The families on this cruise, a family of 12 in their pajamas. And you look behind me, it's a family all in suits.
You probably have people in formal wear, like it was, like you guys are PJs.
So as you know, on the 5 nights, there's not an official formal, only like on the 7 nights. But people took Thanksgiving night as a formal night for sure.
Huh.
And that was the night we were in our pajamas meeting with Santa, and we were second dining, so we could see people going to first dining like in their formal wear. We're like, yeah, we're gonna have to change.
That's crazy thing about a cruise, though. You'll see everything.
Yeah, you really did. It was great. Just love the character experiences. We can talk about dining a little bit. For the first time that I can remember in a very long time, because we cruised together, right? We cruised in big groups. We were seated with another family, which has not happened in like years.
Okay, and I saw your picture, with your dining mates and your servers, in the clubhouse and so forth. And I like I said, recording this before I go on our cruise. And the thing is, like, I with our reservations, we have no control over them for some reason. Like I can't request. I tried to change from late dining to main dining because it was available, but they wouldn't let me modify it. And I can't put table requests on my reservation either. So I don't know if we're going to be at just a table, Pam and I by ourselves. We're going to be with other people. Like, and I am an extrovert, so I don't mind. Like I like meeting other people. I'm fine with just Pam and I eating by ourselves. Like I'm super curious too. Like, how's it going to go? So how was it for you? I mean, I'm sure I know you guys made friends. I mean, it's just how you are.
We made friends. Yeah. We made friends. The only awkward thing about it, and we got there first the first night, so we saw 3 other seats, so we knew like what it was going to be. So we got to make the seating arrangement like how we wanted it. Like we didn't all want to be on the one side, so we made it so like me and Liz were across from each other, and Emmalee was next to Liz, so that way we had some. If we ever wanted to talk to 3 of us, it was easy. Mm-hmm. But I just knew right then, like I'm not going to be able to like film this, for like the channel. Like,
that is true. Because you're like, dude, this guy's talking to himself the whole
meal. Yeah. But I found out that first night that they watched like Disney vloggers, like cruise vloggers and things like that. And I didn't tell him like I'd do it, but he saw me get my camera out a few times. Paul, the father of the other family, and then eventually he asked like, so do you post stuff then like on YouTube or like why do you got the camera and all that? So I told him, but I didn't really do much of recording at dinners, which is totally fine because like you should be like more engaged, But like if it was the 3 of us, I would have done more things about talking about our meals and all that. But I just wanted to like make sure we were talking with our table mates, and they're a nice family of 3 from North Carolina. Yeah, we definitely kicked it off. Like us, like we're gonna talk to them, But it was just unusual for us because it had been a really long time since we've been paired up, probably because we're just usually in bigger groups, right? And we just kind of have our own tables.
So that's cool though. They put you with another party of 3 and you got 3.
Yeah, they had a son that was Emilee's maybe like 1 year older than Emmalee. Like he was a sophomore in college, and he was a ginger too, so he had red hair. He was a little bit more on the quieter side. I didn't hear him, but he was on the far end from me. So like, and I couldn't see him. So he would have been the most challenging person for me to like connect with. So, but it was fine. It was great having those table mates.
It is crazy they match up like that. They do a good job of.
Well, that's what they were talking about.
That is wild.
Our other family, because they said they get paired up every time they do a cruise. They did this like their 6th Disney cruise, and they said that it's unbelievable, like how they always have a connection with the family that they're always seated with. Like it's just a similar dynamic, and they get along great. I'm like, and Paul was like, I don't know, like those are magicians whoever do the seat assignments for cruises because they know how to do it.
I mean, they have to have like a few people that they don't just randomly just like, okay, here, just throw some, they actually have to look at the profiles of the family.
Absolutely.
They put more time into it than you would think. They have to, because
I think so too.
Anyway, so, okay, give us some, we're talking dining, and in the pre-show, we were kind of just talking, you were honest. You said this time the food was a little hit or miss in the main dining rooms.
I thought the food was hit or miss, and there could be a couple of reasons why. Maybe this was a very busy cruise. Like I think this had to have been super full with guests. A lot. I talked about that family of 12 in front of us. you saw extended families all over the ship because it was Thanksgiving.
Makes sense. People probably, instead of trying to get everybody from around the country coming to somebody's house, let's all meet on the ship.
And how fantastic is that, really, though, when you think about it? I don't want to jump too far ahead, but on the last morning, like in disembarkation day, I saw so many like grandkids hugging grandparents so tight and like crying. Like I started crying. I started crying, man.
That's totally me. Oh my god!
Because like then it got me like just reflecting, like thinking, like, wow, like the granddaughter just spent 5 amazing days on this cruise, Thanksgiving, just loving life with grandpa, like, and I'm like making up stories in my head, like probably hadn't seen grandpa in like 2 years or something, you know, I don't know, but like those hugs were just meant a little bit more on that last day, and like you saw it all throughout the ship, which like made me happy. Like there were so many extended young families, but I think that led to the cruise staff just being kind of overwhelmed, honestly. Like it was just, I've never seen a cruise so busy, because the food was delayed. Like you get seated, you'd order, and it'd take like 30 minutes to get like your appetizer some nights, and then it'd be cold, you know, and then like sometimes the desserts are coming, and like we only saw like one show, I think, but like the show would be starting and you hadn't even like ordered dessert yet. So I mean, I felt like their timing was like way off, and I don't know if they were just overwhelmed with guests or I can't really explain it, but it was just off. I thought the food quality was a little low. Thanksgiving Day, so there's a turkey meal.
Yeah, because Pam wanted me to text you because she was definitely curious. Like Pam was like, "Hey, text Scott, ask like, what do they do on Thanksgiving? Just like whole ship get turkey? Like,
yeah,
what do they do for Thanksgiving on the ship?"
Yeah, they had a Thanksgiving meal with like Thanksgiving. It was interesting. The appetizer was a spinach artichoke dip, is what we got, and that was weird tasting. It was just weird. The bread was weird, but yeah. So everyone at our table got the turkey, and it wasn't like mashed potatoes wasn't the side. It was like sweet mashed potato, like sweet potatoes, and the stuffing was kind of weird. They gave you like a little bit of gravy. It wasn't much gravy, so it was very like flavorless, and it was small. Like I could have eaten like 3 of those things, you know. It was like, I mean, it's Thanksgiving. Come on,
Thanksgiving is about indulgence. Maybe it's because they're not American, you know. Like they don't like. We need to indulge on Thanksgiving till we can't breathe.
It was just disappointing, and that was kind of like the word across the ship. You heard people talking about it, right? Like, wow, that Thanksgiving dinner like didn't blow me away. Like that was kind of a bummer. I'll tell you this though, like what we always say about Thanksgiving. You know, the next day you got your leftovers.
Yeah, that's true.
And Cabanas had turkey on the buffet the next day. So I will tell you the Scotty G, Lizzie G, Emmalee, you know, what we made at Cabanas with our turkey and other things that we grab off the buffet was a lot better because I could actually put gravy. I could put gravy on my turkey, you know. I could. Well, it was funny, like there's still not a good mashed potato or potato, so I went over to like Flo's where they had the cheeseburgers and stuff, and it was in Cabanas. I got the steak fries from Cabanas and just made that my potato for my turkey meal.
Okay, wait 1 second now. Okay, so I'm curious now because the fantasy came out of dry dock and they added that fantasy or that festival of flavors, right?
It's not fully festival of flavors. It's still like Flows.
Oh, so tell me about that because I don't know what they've added there because I thought they took Flows totally out and added the festival of flavors. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so you still have like your pizza stand, like your Luigi's or whatever. And that's a controversy too. I'll talk about the pizza.
But I mean, is it still the same physical stand? Like that?
Yeah, it's the same physical stand, so it's the same spot. Yeah,
I love that spot. I'm glad they didn't take that out because that spot just has we've spent lots of time.
Oh my god, we spent so much time there.
I'm so glad it's still there.
When I was we did the Dream over Labor Day with Jared and Stacy, and that was basically like the fantasy mimicked what they did there with the taco and burrito bowl place. But you had to like wait in like this crazy switchback line to go there. That didn't really happen on the fantasy, at least, thank goodness. But yeah, Emmalee loved getting those. I think Emmalee got 3 like burrito bowls from there. Like I got tacos a couple nights. The first night we're in the adult area. I think I sent you a photo with my tacos in the sunset.
Was epic. I was like, oh my god, why am I not with Scott? He's eating tacos at sunset in the adult area. He's winning.
You should have been there, buddy. We missed you. But yeah, that is a huge improvement. I remember you asked me too, like, do they have tortilla chips? No, they don't.
And then you gave me the perfect reason because I was like, we're smuggling on some Tostitos. That's whole pan. And then you're like, dude, they can't have tortilla chips. You know what a mess the pool deck would be with tortilla chips? I'm like, and I told Pam, like, Scott just nailed it. That's why they don't have chips. There'd be chips everywhere on that pool deck.
For sure. And that's my theory for popcorn too. I mean, they have popcorn in the theaters, but that's why you have to pay for the popcorn because they would have popcorn everywhere.
100%. See, I don't think things through. I'm just like, why do they not have it? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, tortilla chips would make sense there. But yeah, that whole setup is great. And I love Deck 11. Deck 11 is so much fun. Like, then you could still, because I think it's different on the Wish class, but you can still serve your own ice cream. At the Frozen.
Yeah, you can't on the Wish class. I hate that.
I know, because like I make a Scotty G style,
I know. Such a
but I did like that. Like I can just go up and grab my own ice cream cone. It was fabulous. They have the Sweet on You, which is kind of like the Vanellope Bond Sweets or whatever on the Dream class. They had Christmas themed treats in there, Mike, which is super cool. Gosh. Like there's like a little Christmas tree cake and all that. Oh my god,
it was so good.
You know what I miss about the Wish class though, because of the way Marceline Market is and the way they laid out that ship.
But you don't like Marceline Market though, right?
I don't really care for Marceline Market. And I hate how like when it's not in use, they close those doors and you can't walk through. I love this on the Dream class where they still keep cabanas like half open, kind of.
Agree.
Because you kind of need to. You kind of need it open to get over to the elevator, like the aft elevator. But I just love. Sometimes you just want some quiet. So you get your burger, you get your slice of pizza, you get your tacos, and you just walk into a quiet cabanas, and it's just you and your family. You can hear like some reggae music playing in the background. Isn't that like the best?
It is. Like especially like say 2:00 in the afternoon.
That's when you do it.
Yes. That's the best time. Like in between the mid-afternoon, like nobody's in there. Like it's perfect. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Isn't that we were talking about this, and I know you've been cruising along with us. Like, I'm curious if you remember this. Didn't cabanas used to do dinner?
Yes.
I felt like, okay. They just really want people to go to the main dining rooms now, I think is what it is.
Yes. But back when Disney Cruise Line started, you could do the buffet for dinner.
Yeah. Because I remember we did that a couple times when we first started cruising. If like you just looked at the menu and you're just like, I just want to grab a couple things from cabanas and we'll skip main dining. I kind of miss that a little bit. I miss having that option. But
yeah, I agree. And also on the Wish class, or I guess now with the Fantasy too, with that Festival of Flavors kind of option, I believe that is not open during dinner, right? Is it not? Because that thing, the one thing I will say about that Wish class and that Festival of Flavors, that's such a great option with the ribs and the tacos but in the pizza window and stuff. But like it needs longer hours.
It closes at 6.
It should be open like at least 12 hours a day, at least maybe 18 hours a day.
I agree. And on the Wish, it closes at 6. So you have to get it early, right? Yeah, I mean, and if you're on first dining, you have no chance. If you're on second dining, you get a little snack before your dinner. That bothers me too. But that's how Ramon's tacos were too. So like the burger and fries and the pizza stayed open, but I think the little like cold sandwiches and the tacos closed at 6. They just really want you to go to main dining, is mine and Liz's theory on Disney Cruise Line now. With the closing of cabanas early and Marceline Market, they just want you there. But I don't always want to be there. But so I mean the main dining food was kind of disappointing. Our table mates were great, animators. We didn't actually go to Enchanted Garden because that was the one night we were at Palo for dinner for Liz's birthday. And what more can we say about Palo? I mean, the different thing here was Emmalee got to try it for the first time. We did brunch on our Nassau day, not a sea day, so that was kind of interesting. But I wanted to do dinner for Liz's birthday. So we did Palo on the Nassau day. So it's kind of weird being at port, seeing all the other ships instead of being at sea for brunch. But we liked it. It was great. Same menu as always, right? Fantastic service. It was just an awesome time at Palo.
So you did both brunch and dinner?
We did brunch first on our second day and then dinner on our fourth day.
So tell us what Emmalee thought, because I know we were trying to smuggle her in there on the podcast cruise, tried everything. It didn't work. They're strict. They won't let you until you're 18. We tried. But I mean, we tried legally. We just asked. We
did try. Oh yeah, we weren't trying to break any rules. We knew what the answer was going to be. But
super nice. She's going to be 18 in a couple days. Like, nope,
it's fine. We understood.
We understood. But she's now 18, so she got to go in. So what did she think of the experience?
She loved it. She thought it was great. She was like, "I know what you guys have been talking about now all this time." She's like, I understand. I understand like why you like the pizza. She loved the pizza. Like I got my goat cheese, sun-dried tomato one. She loved that. she got this like huge egg thing. She's like, oh my God, this is so much food. Like this is unbelievable. And it's so good. And then and she did the dinner. So I did a little video hit on the dinner night with our server Carolina out there. And I asked all three of them, including our server, like, which meal do you prefer the most at Palo? And all three of them said dinner was their favorite. Where I'm the brunch guy. I prefer brunch.
Oh, I'm brunch. I'm brunch all day. Yeah.
Yeah. But all three of them like the dinner. Carolina made a point like brunch is busier because they only do it like once a sailing, you know, where sometimes like dinner is a little bit quieter, less people, you know, because there's more dinner options. She's like, so that almost tells me that people like the brunch better, maybe. But she's like, to me, like I'd rather have that souffle every time. But
dude, you just reminded me. I forgot about this. We're doing a Palo dinner. I mean, because the thing is, I don't like the Marvel restaurant anyway, and the souffle, and you know, you're platinum now too. It's free.
That was the first time ever. I gotta say though, I mean, I could have said something, but I just ignored it. They this was Emilee's platinum maker, so she wasn't platinum on this cruise. Carolina did give Emmalee a free brunch as well.
Nice.
So just, I mean, I think I paid enough for Disney Cruise Line to get that accidental free one for Emmalee.
I mean, you're wearing all the gear here.
Yeah. And I was telling Liz about that. Like, how could we not ever not go to Palo now when we get it one for free as platinum? Like, how can you not?
I know that's the thing. Like, because like, you know, like I'm going on the Destiny, right? I want to check out, definitely going to the Pride Lands restaurant. You know, definitely I got to do it. The main dining rooms, but like I've been to all the in 1923. I really like. I mean, I've been to it twice.
1923 is the best dining room of any Disney cruise.
I love it. Like I love 1923, so we're definitely going there. But like I told Pam, like, man, like we're platinum. like, are we not going to go to Palo? Like, that's our fanciest restaurant we ever go to in our life. Like, when in Rome, like, and I forgot about the souffle. Like, I'm sold. I'm glad you said that.
So good.
Pam and I love that souffle.
Yeah.
Okay,
well, I ordered a sole there, so I didn't do the prefix thing that they normally do at Palo. Just wanted to try something different, and so I ordered the sole, which I love at Topolino's Terrace at the Riviera. But here they came out, our server, and she deboned the fish like right in front of me.
If I ordered that, Pam would pass out because she hates seafood. She'd be on the floor.
Well, you can watch my video when it shares. You'll get to see
it. She'd be laying on the floor. We'd never go to Palo again.
It was awesome. But yeah, so that night too, since we were all dressed up, it was Liz's birthday. So we took some more photos. Obviously, like, you know how they have the backdrop ones, like with the ship and like the moon out there or whatever. So that was kind of fun, just walking around the ship. Oh, I didn't even talk about this, Mike. So, you know, when you enter the ship and you got like the Bon Voyage bar to the right, if you're walking in, there's just that area where the portholes are. There's usually some furniture there. Well, the furniture had been removed and it was a gingerbread house.
Shut up. Man. You're killing me, dude. This is like an all-star Christmas experience. Like, bam, right there.
Yeah, and the gingerbread house was lit up, you know, and it was just so we and they usually had a photo pass camera person there too. So we snapped some photos in front of the gingerbread house, like dressed up and all that. It was just the way the ship was decorated it just blew me away. Like it was just so cool. I know we'll talk about our ports. I got one more thing I want to say about the ship though. And that was where our stateroom was. So I booked deck 5, which is a unusual deck for me to book. Normally we do like 7, 8, or 9.
It's a deck with the kids club, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I think on the fantasy.
So with the dry dock, they took one of the funnels, right, and made it like the tower suite or whatever it's called. So there's like a crazy like room in there now, which I believe is where one of the kids clubs was, like Vibe or I can't remember, Edge. One of those was there.
Yeah.
So they moved that club also to deck 5. So Vibe and Edge are now on 5, as well as the Oceaneers Club. And with like all these younger families, a lot of teenagers, we kept calling them the hooligans. There was a group of teenagers that were constantly walking by our stateroom, kind of loud. You know, they're always in these groups. And they like to just take things, from like my fish extender.
You told me about that. You got robbed of something like early.
Yeah, they were taking stuff. They would like take our magnets off and put them on other doors. I mean,
they were doing hooligans. Those are dude.
They weren't doing anything like crazy.
No,
bad, right? But they were just trying to like be disruptive. and I feel like if we weren't on deck 5 where the kids clubs were or the teen clubs, like we wouldn't have been seeing that. So it gets me thinking, like, I don't know if I would book deck 5 again because of that. Now, if I had a young kid that was going to the Oceaneers Club a lot or whatever, then maybe that would be different.
Or if you have a hooligan. I mean,
or if I had a hooligan. Yeah. But I did one of those because deck 5 is interesting because that's kind of where the if you're not familiar with these ships, that's like where the lifeboats are kind of on, So I had a veranda on deck 5, so I had like a little extended like bump out, so extra space on there. But have you ever been in one of those rooms, Mike? They're interesting.
I've never booked deck 5 because I spent 17 years teaching kids.
You want to stay away from the hooligan. So yes, the extended veranda sounds awesome, right? Like who doesn't want extra space on the veranda? You get an extra like 2 loungers on there, but when you walk to the bump out, there's nothing above you. You turn around and you see all the other staterooms like right behind you.
Everybody can look down on you, right?
It's interesting. And our room didn't have a divider to the left of us. It was just like where it was positioned on the ship didn't have like the white wall divider. So I could see right into their veranda, like when we were there. And of course, they had like 4 families next to this, and they opened up their white wall, so I could see the like 5 cabins to my left when I went out there. So I think I'm going to avoid deck 5 in the future on the Dream.
See, I didn't even know that they had moved Vibe and Edge, to 5. So I'm trying to think how that would even, because I know like Oceaneers Club and Lab on 5 are really big. They take up a lot of space.
I'm pretty sure they're all on 5. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I should have researched.
No, maybe. I mean, they quite possibly did because I know they're turning those funnels into big tower suites.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Emmalee even because Emilee's really good at like understanding the ship and all that. And I'm pretty sure she told me that they're both on 5, and that would explain because there were constantly teenagers walking by our room, and we were like 5 forward, so I think they were like all the way forward. I think is where those were maybe.
Yeah, that's funny. Because those dry docks, man, they do rework those ships. So yeah, that's good tip though. You live and learn. But yeah, those are big balconies though on 5.
Yeah, they're nice. But I'm gonna go back to like my 7 and 8 and 9s in the future on the Dream
6 on this cruise. We'll see how 6 works.
Oh, 6 should be pretty good, I think.
6606. I got a lot of 6s.
Yeah, sometimes I don't like all those 6s. Yeah,
I know that's what Pam said, but I was like, you know what? We'll see how it goes. We got to sign to it. We're gonna roll with it. All right. So,
but for the ports, we probably want to talk about the ports really quick. So. Nassau, we didn't get off. We kind of just took that as like our brunch. We had the Palo brunch, so we just stayed on the ship. But it was funny, like pulling in. I was just out on the deck, and Captain Wesley, I follow him on Instagram. He's a funny guy. He's the captain of the Fantasy right now, British guy. He just wanted to flex coming into Nassau, and he played every horn. I don't think I've heard that before in Nassau, where they played every horn. I don't know. Maybe that happens, but. He played every horn coming in, and like everyone, you can see everyone like coming out looking like, oh, who's coming here? Oh, yes, just a fancy. So that was kind of cool. But when we left, we were like the last ship to leave, and due to the time of year, it was like pitch black leaving port at Nassau. That was really weird.
But see, stuff like that is cool. Like when you get to have the opportunity, sail away is like almost dark and just. Having different experiences, like getting to see things at light, at dark, at sunset. I love that because
I 100% agree.
That's a cool experience.
And he played all 6 ship horns when we left too. So that was kind of fun. But yeah, so that was just kind of different for Nassau, but Lookout. It's Lookout. It's great. I'm wearing a new Lookout hat. They have this new design. They have the same design for those that are watching the video for Castaway too. So they're getting some new merchandise. They have a shirt though that's like this, Mike, that I wanted to get. They're all smalls on both islands. So
my cruise doesn't go to Lookout. That's the only thing, man.
But you'll see it at Castaway.
Yeah, we go to Castaway. We go our very first day. We go leave Port Canaveral, or no, not Port Canaveral. Lauderdale. I'll be at the wrong place. You go straight to Castaway. Then we have 2 sea days. So
2 sea days? Oh man,
I know dude. I love that because I'm really there to see the ship. So
because I know we call Nassau like a sea day, but I'd rather just be at sea, like
yeah, me too.
Ocean,
Yeah, exactly. Especially in December when it's been like the wind chill today was.
That's gonna be fabulous.
I
bet you that was fabulous. Recording a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. It was super fabulous.
So look out.
We're the because when we were there for the podcast cruise, like they had to actually keep the beach closed for a little while because the water was so choppy. It was super windy that day. Then they opened it up after a couple hours. Like, what was the conditions like when you guys were back?
Unbelievably awesome.
Yeah.
It was a green flag. We didn't have to worry about a black flag that day.
Nice. Yeah, it was crazy.
It was so great. But they had a couple Christmas trees on the island too, which is kind of cool. After you get past like the long walkway, like right before the trams, they had a tree out there. Actually, I think they had 2 trees. And then once you get off the tram, like kind of near like where the merchandise hut is and all that, where they hand you the towels, they had a couple trees there, smaller trees. So that was kind of cool to see those. We went to the Serenity Bay side. Well, because Emmalee was 18. It's all the same beach. It's just kind of weird at Lookout. Excuse me. It's all the same beach, but there's just like a couple cones that say you are now entering Serenity Bay. That like divide that into family. Yeah. But holy cow. When we were in Serenity, there'd be like no one near us or whatever. It'd be so quiet. And then like we wanted to go see the Junkanoo parade because we hadn't seen that before. And so we were like, all right, well, we go down that way. Let's walk to the family beach. You would have thought you were like in Waikiki or something. Like there was just so many people on that family.
All the extended families you were just seeing.
Yeah, exactly. And where we were just we were the same beach essentially, but like it was so much quieter and calmer where we were on Serenity Bay. And I'll tell you, the Serenity Bay barbecue it's like the same menu that they have like as True Barbecue on Lookout, but it's calmer, it's quieter.
I'm all about that.
You can like the picnic tables are a little bit different, it's more relaxing. It was chef's kiss. Minus the fact that there was no turkey. It was Thanksgiving Day, no turkey on the island. We talked about that before.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was gonna happen, but I had my spicy chicken sandwich. That's all that matters, really.
Yeah, that's true.
But glorious day at Lookout. It was a beautiful day. Then you take the tram, you do the walk. It's just Liz always talks about this when we're at Lookout. Like, what does that pier look like when there's no ship? It's gotta look so weird, right? You just got like this long walkway and there's no ship.
I agree.
But it's so cool walking back and you can just see the Fantasy, just sitting there's a beautiful ship. Like it's just the walkway is long-ish, but I think it's kind of fun because you're just like you're listening to some good music, you catch some ocean breeze, and you're looking at a beautiful ship.
Christmas music, right? It was like
I'm recreating the playlist right now. Actually,
was it not like Christmas in the Caribbean and all that?
You're gonna hear it when you're at Castaway because Castaway has the same loop right now.
Yes,
but like, do you want to spend Christmas on Christmas Island?
Yes, that's the best.
There was like a country song that I didn't know, but like it's a fire loop. I actually started like documenting the songs while I was there because I was going to recreate it. I was actually going to send it to you to get you excited for your
cruise. My gosh, yes, yeah, because I love Christmas music, like Hawaiian, with Hele Midleki.
George Likimaka, yeah. So
George is like, just shut up, don't even try to say it. I love all that stuff though. It's
so good. But that was great. Next day was a sea day. That was Liz's birthday, and it started getting choppy, Mike. So, and people like on the deck there weren't many people swimming, it was breezy. I still went to the girls went to the hot tub that night and I went to the adult pool. I mean, the pool was heated, it felt nice. I took like a little time lapse of me just swimming in the adult pool, like by myself, because why wouldn't I?
Yeah, exactly.
But that was really great, but it was getting choppy. And that night we watched it was just a great day. Liz's birthday. We did so many things, trivias and all that. And we ended the day on Funnel Vision watching a Muppet Christmas Carol. The only thing that was bad that was on your birthday with the Lions lost. So there was no football that day. But we watched.
Right. The game was canceled. That
game was canceled. I don't know. All those stupid Packers fans. I didn't say that. No.
Did you see real quick though? I mean, did you see people wearing jerseys and stuff on the ship on things?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of there was more than just the Lions Packers. There was a lot of Chiefs jerseys, which I saw on one of my cruises because I was with the Super Bowl one day, and there's Eagles jerseys going on and.
Probably not much of that lately.
we had some arguing between one end of 687 versus another 687 during Michigan OSU. There's a lot of yelling.
Really?
It was fun. And Emmalee was just like you guys aren't even smart enough to go to a good school. Like, Emily was like,
no way. Oh my God, that's too real.
It was
Somebody's
fun.
gonna end up for real walking the plank by the end of that game.
But it was getting choppy, and we're watching the Muppet Christmas Carol like at 11 p.m. on Funnel Vision, just wrapping up a beautiful day. And I'm thinking, like, are we going to Castaway? Because like this is really like kind of not so great weather, but I feel like we had Jimmy, the cruise director. That's why I want to wrap up with. I love that guy, Jimmy. And I was like, Jimmy, I feel like Jimmy would have said something, or Captain Wesley would have said something if we're not going to Castaway. And then sure, the next morning I get out, I'm filming. I wasn't getting any sunrises because it was just so overcast the whole trip, basically. I'm like, oh yeah, we're approaching it, but it was like really choppy getting in. And then once we dock, Jimmy gets on the PA. He's like, well, thanks to Captain Wesley and the crew, like we almost didn't make it. Like we were gonna skip Castaway, but he just wanted to get all you families out there today. So like we almost missed Castaway, which is kind of wild. That's never happened to me before. I wouldn't have cared, but because I've been there enough. But other people obviously wanted to go, but it was crazy weather. We disembarked the ship in sweatshirts. Like that's how cold it was. Yes. And their tree, like, is right there at port. I think you've seen the tree before, haven't you?
Yeah. I saw it when I did the treasure preview a couple years ago.
It is like wobbly and like shaking because like it felt like hurricane like winds
really
down there. Yeah, it was wild. But we're like, let's go. You know, we're here. We might as well. So we actually took our time. Like we didn't get off the ship till like after 10. We just like had a casual morning, did a couple quizzes, you know, things like that. We're like, yeah, well, maybe we'll get off the ship for a couple hours, you know. So we took the tram over to Serenity Bay, and there's like no one in the water at all.
Pam and I are wondering about that. I mean, because if it's not like, I mean, it's her and I. Like, there's no really need for us to get. We're not like real beach people either. Yeah. And
but we like the beach, but we've been there enough. Like, I like the ship, you know.
Yeah,
like,
me too. That's how we are too. But I mean, like it's December. We want it. Like we might sit in a lounger or something, but I don't see myself really getting in the water in December. I don't know, maybe.
So,
I don't know.
So I said this on Lookout. I said it here. Like I always say this. Like I always say, I'm going to do the Pam thing. I'm talking about your Pam, and that's get the chair and put it like on the shore because that's what she always does.
Yeah. She's right at the water.
I was like, well, yeah. I'm like, it's cold. Let's just pull a Pam and like let's put our chairs down here. You know, and that was nice. And then I was like, well, I'm just going to get in. I got to know. And it was cold. And then, but I started a trend. And then next thing you know, a man and woman, they're like, how cold is it? I'm like, it's kind of cold, but like I think you get used to it. So they jumped in, and then another couple jumped in, and then I was like, well, I'm getting ready to jump out.
I'm freezing.
So me and Liz went in. Emily didn't really go in, but we wanted to try the Serenity Bay barbecue over there because we've never done that before. We've heard there's steak over there. That's the rumor.
Yeah.
I really didn't even know Serenity Bay existed, honestly. This is my first time seeing it on Castaway. The food there was like, it was kind of under construction, and like in a way I kind of missed cookies a little bit, not gonna lie.
And we always go to Cookies because we love it. So we'll be at Cookies for sure. But yeah, I've gone to Serenity Bay, and just like, I mean, I think the family beaches are nicer.
I agree. So it was, and maybe it was the time of year, but it was really like rocky where we were in Serenity Bay. And like, so I'm like walking in, I'm like, this kind of hurts, you know? And like, I mean, the weather didn't obviously help with that a little bit, but like, I kind of missed the family beach, to be real.
I kind of like a little bit more, and I know it's Serenity Bay. I mean, the name Serenity, it's quiet. But to me, I've been there a couple times, like on the treasure cruise, like because I was by myself. I went there, like fell asleep. I mean, it was great.
Oh yeah.
I kind of like the ambient sounds of like families and people in the water and like people coming down Pelican Plunge, and just like I like hearing kind of that background ambient sound of a beach day and just the motion.
And now I think I don't know if they had any hammocks on Serenity Bay.
I can't. Yeah, I always get.
You love a hammock on the.
Dude, I always get a good nap in a hammock at Castaway all the time. Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, it was nice. But
like they do because I took a nap on a hammock at Castaway. Okay. I did a couple years ago.
They might have had them gone because of the wind, because you couldn't even put up umbrellas that day. Like they had signs everywhere, like due to the winds, don't put up umbrellas. It was just cold, but it was fun. I mean, I liked Serenity Bay. I would like to go again on a nicer day just to see what it was like. But I'm with you. Like, I think the family beach is just perfectly fine there. But yeah, so we got some photos with the Christmas stuff, you know, had the Serenity Bay lunch. It was kind of different because they kind of like served you instead of you grabbing it. Like, I don't know. It just felt a little different to me, and not in a bad way necessarily. But yeah, then after that, we just shopped a little bit, and we're like, well, it's such a comfortable day. Like the sun's not beaming on us and all that. Cause a lot of times we'll just take the train back to the ship. Like, let's just walk because it's so nice out. Like you really never get like comfortable weather like that at Castaway.
I know, because we're used to being there. The dead, like we always go like in July. Like we always.
I didn't. Yeah.
So nice.
And I didn't bring tennis shoes. I just went on my Crocs. I was like, dang it, I should have brought my tennis shoes because that would have been the best day to do the 5K of all time on the island. But yeah, so we just went back to the ship, and then just more quizzes, just hanging out, getting photos. I mean, it was just the lounging time, the chill time, just us talking, playing cards and all that. It was just, it was so good, Mike. It was so good.
So let me ask you, and this has been awesome because it's got me totally stoked for, and ours is gonna be a quicker cruise, not, just one stop, but, like you guys played trivia. Did you guys do anything? Like you went into D Lounge and did some stuff. So tell us about a couple of those small things that you did. You guys brought some cards, played cards. I mean, because I like the small little things you do here and there between dinner and shows and all that stuff. So tell us about those, because I think the small moments really make the cruise.
Small moments definitely make the cruise. We definitely, the three of us, we love the trivias. You join in on us a lot. I know Pam likes the trivias too. So we did do, there was one trivia in the tube I remember. It was Disney Foods trivia. And we were doing pretty good at it. We ended up with
like theme park foods or
movies, even movies or like a lot of theme park a lot of theme park stuff. We actually got 19 out of 20 on this one. We missed one question. It was how many scoops are in the kitchen sink. We missed.
Oh my God, Ella was just on the other day, and she worked at Beaches and Cream and told us. Like
I could have used her because like what did you say before the show? 20 out of 20 wins every time, and I'm 19 out of 20 here, right?
Every time somebody gets.
But luckily, luckily for us, we were the top score, and we won. Because on the Magic, remember, like you did like a tunes trivia with the girls, and you guys won, but I was out with a migraine, so like I didn't get the medallion.
I know it's sitting right there.
I got my redemption. I finally got one of those medallions. Like, do you remember a time where I felt like we used to win trivias all the time, but they were like those weirdly weird, like plastic, and they just said winner on it.
They were thin, black, little hard.
Yeah.
Plastic.
Now they upped their game. They're cute, like character medallions, and I have not one of those.
Change them throughout the cruise. Like they'll be a different character. Like so you can try to collect them. Yeah.
Well, I found. I mean, this is according to our entertainment person that the Pluto is always Disney Foods apparently. So I don't know. So, but I got our Pluto, and that cast member though, Bianca, was amazing. She like connected. I mean, this is what we do, right? We talk to the cast members and all that. She connected with us, and she's like, "So you really like these medallions, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah, we really like these medallions. That's why we do all these trivias. I mean, it's fun to do the trivias, but I want to brag and wear these on the ship." She's like. She's like, well, come to coloring tomorrow if you can.
See if you're the best color. See if you
so it was like 8:15 color time, and we're like, she's like, well, you guys probably won't want to do that, but like you probably won't see me the rest of the cruise. She must have been having like some days off or something, because I feel like you do that sometimes. You stop seeing crew members for a couple days, so I think like her shift was changing or whatever. She's like, this might be the last time you see me, so like make sure you come to coloring in the morning. And so we went to coloring, and I was talking about like how much we like Chip and Dale, and I told her like today is Elizabeth's birthday. She's like, well, that changes everything. I'm like, what? What does that change? So we're coloring, and she comes with a Chip and Dale medallion, and she wrote on the back of it like this 40th birthday message to Liz. Like, how cool is that?
That is awesome. That is awesome.
That's something forever. Yeah, then she asked us what our stateroom number was. I'm like, Bianca, like you don't we just love hanging out with you. You do a great job hosting these trivias. You don't have to do anything for us. She's like, no, I insist what your stateroom is. I just want to know. So we told her, and she like wrote it down on this piece of paper. And then we saw her later in the day. And she's like, and she said our stateroom number without even reading the paper. She's like 5032. I haven't forgotten. I'm coming. I'm gonna be there later. And then later that night, like after dinner or something, there was like this bag just hanging on our fish extender, and like she gave us like some Disney luggage tags. She gave me, hold on, I gotta show you this. That air for the podcast.
No, we got it. Scott is reaching back for the bag. He has put it there. Oh no, he got
what the crew wears.
He got the crew hats.
I got a crew hat. We got two of these. Maybe I'll keep one for you, because the girls don't wear hats.
Yeah, absolutely.
But she gave us like a crew hats, luggage tags. It was so sweet. She didn't have to do it.
I'll swap you for a Disney Destiny hat.
Oh, there we go. We'll do some trading.
There we go.
But like, and all I gotta say, like, don't ever expect this to happen. Just like, she didn't have to do that. But what I would say is like, when you're on a ship, like talk to the cast member, talk to the crew. Like that's what we like to do. And like you make these connections with them. And then, yeah, she just like on day one, it was the first thing we did in the D lounge. We did this thing with Bianca. And then like she just like connected with us the whole cruise. But then we just kind of followed her around. Like we would ask her, like, what are you doing next? Like we just like learned what her schedule was and kind of like we wouldn't normally do coloring, right? Or like Sarge says or whatever, but we did because she was just a great like entertainment host, you know. So we just kind of followed her along and like just talk to your crew on the ship, and like it's just the best thing. They'll make your crew so much better.
Especially that entertainment staff. They are just cool. Like people running trivias, colorings, the
night kind of like the match your mates and stuff. I mean, we obviously went to the tube and like, would watch that. I'm telling you, match your mate is getting like weaker, I think, in the last few
because
years.
I think it's social media kills a lot of this stuff, man. Because like people like almost know the questions and they try to like it's almost like they know. I don't know.
And that's not fun.
No, it was when it was more spontaneous and people didn't know what they were getting into back in the day. It was more exciting to me.
Yeah, because not only do they like feel like they know the answer, like they don't even elaborate. They say like 2-word answers and like.
And I feel like they're trying to
let's get some more
like,
out of this, you know.
I feel like too, like they want to win so badly. This is like one of my rants, real quick. With Match Your Mate, there's always like a couple that wants to win so badly. I feel like they walk into the venue saying, "I'm always going to pick the first option" or something like that. Like always pick the first option, no matter what. And it probably doesn't even make sense, but it's like they're going to win because like it's always the first option or something like that. And that's why they don't elaborate, because it wouldn't make sense.
I know it's just
have fun.
It's just frustrating. I wish, and I would say like Disney Cruise Line could just change some of the questions too. You know, like I could almost say like maybe they can mix it up a little bit so that people don't know what they're getting into. But it's still, I mean, we're not gonna miss it. Like it's a must do on a Disney Cruise Line, you know, and like all the other games that they do is a lot of fun. But yeah, the tube though, Mike, I love Evolution, but man, the tube just like knocks it out of the water. But real quick, just to wrap it up, I talked about the See You Real Soon party. Jimmy was our cruise director. He was the cruise director on our first ever cruise on the Dream in 2014. And he said this line on the first night in the theater. It's his go-to line. He's like, I just want all of you cruisers to know, like, on this sailing, if you see it, you eat it. and that has always, like, stuck with me. Like, that was just, like, the funniest line. And we were on a cruise 2016, I think our two families did a cruise, I remember. And because I was like, I think I have a photo of Jimmy somewhere in my phone, you know, like I kind of want to show him, you know, like young Emmalee, I think is in the photo. And it was actually Emmalee and Mallory were in the photo. So like I dug up, I mean, that was like that was over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And like, so I found this photo and like, I just wanted to show him. So like, I was trying to find him the whole cruise, you know, I just wanted to talk to him. And I was like, normally the crew was at the See You Real Soon party. So Liz and I went down there, and like I didn't want to see any of the characters. I didn't want to cry because the cruise is ending, like you were talking about. But she did find Jimmy, so I went and talked to him, and I told him like look at me, Jimmy. I used to be like 100 pounds less, but because you say you eat it, this is why I looked away. And he just died. He thought it was the funniest thing. Like 10 years ago, when you said that to me, this is the life I live now. He thought it was hilarious. Well, I love Jimmy. I love Captain. The whole crew was fabulous. Our server team was wonderful. Just can't say enough. And I'm going to call it right now. The Disney Fantasy is my favorite ship.
That's what I was going to close with. I was going to ask you, like, if you had to put one at the top, because I feel the same. This is why we're such great friends. Like we have a lot in common, but the flow of that ship just makes sense to me. It works in my brain. Like things are the right size, things are in the right place, except for the hooligans. But
you nailed it. The flow, but
it makes sense.
And I like the decorations. I like the colors better somehow on the Fantasy. Like I love the Dream. I've been saying for years the Dream is my favorite.
Yeah, you've always said that, because I've always said I like the Fantasy. You're always like I like the Dream. Like
because I think it's just because I sailed more nights on the Dream. It's kind of why. But like I think the chandelier, like I love that color scheme better than the Dream. It's just brighter. The La Piazza like area I think is a little just better designed, and like I don't know, like the things that are like for like I think are just better on the Fantasy, and that's why it's got to be number one for me. Like, and I'm looking at sailings because I want to sail it again so bad right now. Oh, it's so great.
Well, the good news is now there's so many ships. This is the great thing about Disney Cruise Line now, is with that many ships, is that they are really pushing the Destiny cruisings, the treasure cruisings, which you're getting ready to sell the treasure here not too long. So you get that one. And you're going to love the treasure, dude.
I'm excited.
You are super going to love the treasure.
I'm excited for that itinerary because you did that last summer and you were just talking about how St. Thomas was great and all that. And
so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And you get the 2 sea days right off the bat. I mean, just you leave Port Canaveral like on a Saturday and you don't even get to your first port till Tuesday. It's amazing because you know how much we love sea days. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's the best way to start a cruise. Like you're going to fall in love with that.
I wish you could find a way to be on that cruise.
I know. I
know. Schedules.
We're doing Mexico, I think, with Mallory gets to pick. It's her senior trip. And,
I understand.
Yeah. So, but yeah, she's like, we're going to Mexico. I'm like, where? I don't know. I'm like, it's a big country. So we'll see. But we're going with a bunch of her friends. So, but yeah, but you're going to love that. But I can't wait to get your feedback, like comparing. That'll be a good comparison for me, though. It's like when you get back from doing a 7-nighter, the Eastern on the treasure to the fantasy, because mine are kind of 1 and 2 fantasy treasure.
Mm-hmm. But the magic I really love the magic.
And I love the magic too. Like,
I don't know if it's like recency bias because like I would have said the magic was my favorite when we sailed it this summer because it was just so unique. I love the adult spaces on the magic.
The magic has the best adult spaces.
That's the thing. Like 6-8. I mean, O'Gills. Like I know you said you love O'Gills, but like that was always crowded in O'Gills. It was just jam packed. And then I thought about like on the magic, it's like double the size on the magic. It's like way more comfortable. Like the adult spaces, I think, are better on the magic, but like the overall like aesthetics and design of the fantasy, you just can't beat that.
Yeah, the magic definitely has the best adult spaces, bar none. But I think I like the fantasy overall, but I don't know. Like that's the great thing because there's such variety in the fleet now. Like you
nailed it. Whatever you're looking for, you're gonna find it on one of these ships.
Absolutely. And the Destiny's gonna be so different. I can't wait to get back and talk about it.
I'm excited for the Destiny. The Bills, I would never leave that place. It just looks so cool.
I can't wait to be in there. In the Haunted Mansion bar and then
I cannot wait to hear all about it.
I keep wanting to say the Beacon Barrel, but the Keg and Compass, the equivalent there.
I know. I don't even know what it is.
I know it's.
You'll know it.
I'll know it next week because I'll be spending a lot of time in there. It's Cask and Cannon. Cannon, I believe. I'll have to be a pirate. All right.
Where are you going to watch like the Big Ten Championship and SEC Championship? Just like at a pub or like in the hotel room?
Well, no, because we're going down. Yeah, we're going down Saturday before the cruise starts on Sunday. So we're just going to watch it in Miami or in Fort Lauderdale at the bar. Yeah, as soon as we land, because we land at 2.
And that's when the SEC Championship kind of starts, right?
Like 3:30. So yeah, we're gonna be hustling to like
there'll be some good matchups because like I know you love your college football. Like you don't want to miss championship week. So
I know, like I knew Mizzou wasn't gonna probably be in the championship weekend, so I was like, we're good. But I knew it was a good time to travel. I was like, this is a good time. And plus it was a Sunday to a Thursday, so I'm like, that's a pretty good time to travel because like I'm not into NFL football a ton. So I was like, okay, Sunday to Thursday, perfect. But then so yeah, we're gonna watch the championship games and there, and that's a perfect way to kick it off. Like just watch them at a bar in Fort Lauderdale on the beach.
I know it's gonna be a great weekend, man. I'm so happy for you. You get to try the new ship, just you and Pam. Like it's gonna be Newport. I love Fort Everglades. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it.
And see, we're like there too. Like I'm just about as excited to actually see a new airport because again, I haven't gone to many airports. I only fly really to Orlando and to Disneyland. That's the only place I ever go. So
and that hotel,
new airport, new hotel.
I can't wait for your thoughts on the hotel. I love that hotel there. And like, did I show you the video of that giant iguana I saw? So just be careful of the iguanas. But
there's iguanas around there. Yeah, let's go,
dude. I'll send you a photo, man. It was just like right there when I was sitting by the pool. I was like, what is that? Could you imagine one of those landing on you when they always talk about the freeze warnings? Like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. No, I always see that on social media. Like the iguanas will be falling out of the trees because it's too cold.
Hopefully it won't be cold enough where the iguanas are falling.
I hope not, dude. It's so cold here. I just want to be warm for 4 days.
Sorry I went so long, but this
is the longest show since we used to do the 2-hour call-in shows, but that's okay. Jessica says real quick, because I know they just sailed. Mike, the playlist in Marvel on the Destiny is fire. You won't care about the trivia questions. We spent all the dinners singing along.
Yes. Nice.
Because they play like a lot of 80s music and stuff in the Marvel movies.
Well, right? Yeah, if it's Marvel, like kind of Guardian stuff, yeah, it's gonna be like some awesome songs for sure. But it sounds like you're going to Palo anyway that night. So
probably. Yeah, because souffle, man. As soon as you said souffle, I was like,
yeah. souffle.
It'd be a shame not to use that.
Yeah, and if you see it, just eat it, right? I mean, like you see it on the video, like
maybe Jimmy will be on our cruise. No, he won't be, but you never know. Tony from Spain was on there for the first sailing, but I don't think he is anymore.
But you've had Jimmy, right? You know Jimmy. If you see it, eat it. Like that guy is a legend.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he is a legend. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm curious to see who our people are because it's hopefully it's an all-star cast. Well, hey,
love so being a new cruise.
Well, go ahead. What?
I think so. Being a new cruise, they want to have like the all-stars on there for the.
Yeah, but who knows? Who knows? But yeah, this was fun for 2 hours. Good 2-hour podcast.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for letting me talk about it.
Get you and I together by ourselves. We get to talk cruising, man. This could have been a 4-hour show. So you're welcome.
I didn't even talk about the parks all that much. I did go to festival holidays afterwards, but we can say that for another time.
I will tell you. I was walking on the treadmill the morning you got off the ship, and I'm like, I wonder if he's going straight back to the park. I doubt, or going back to the airport. I was like, I doubt it. And I was watching your car, and you were going down the road, and I was like, he's approaching the airport. He's approaching the airport. Right past the airport at Epcot. I was like, I knew he wasn't going to the airport because I was like so bored on the treadmill. I was like, I knew he wasn't going to go straight to the airport.
Had to check out Festival of the Holidays, hit those food booths, Because if I see it, I eat it.
Oh, it was so funny that morning because I was like, I know he's not going over right straight here. I was like, this is too rough. That's the one bad thing about going down to Lauderdale, right? Like we're just going down and straight back.
It could be a good thing too, in a way. It's kind of how I see it. Like then you don't feel that like pressure, like, oh, I have to add on a day ticket to go to the parks or whatever, if you're not an annual pass holder. Like
that's true. I am.
But you still gotta miss it though, yeah.
I am an annual pass holder.
You are an annual pass holder. Yeah.
I'll be coming up. Pam isn't, so yeah, it saved me a little money. All right, got to jump out of here. We'll talk next week, but don't forget. You can follow the show on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Well, I did that wrong. It's Be Our Guest Mike on Instagram, x.com, and Threads. So please follow me over there. Don't forget, we're always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. Check it out over at themagicforless.com. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney vacation for no additional cost to you. Again, over at themagicforless.com. Use our Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you to our Patreon supporters. You guys make all this possible. $5 a month is all it costs. You get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Always fun over there. So thanks to everybody who supports us already. You can support us as well this weekend. Coming over patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Join us in the clubhouse. That's our free Discord server. We have a ton of fun over there. Pictures, videos, memes, and we just all hang out there all the time, 24/7. Your invitation's waiting at beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. Scott, you got to follow him, of course, at EpScott on Instagram, especially x.com and Threads. But we mentioned it, Must See Adventures on YouTube, the channel. Scott, what has been happening? What's getting ready to happen? Tell us about the channel because we haven't had a chance to catch up in about a week or two.
Yeah, I mean, so I was just traveling, right? So it's kind of hard to post the videos there. But we are sharing our Wine and Dine race weekend right now. So we actually just have a video out. There might be 2 videos out by the time this posted. But I know the Run Disney training season is in the high gear, right, Mike, for the marathon. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a Run Disney series. Those that don't like the Run Disney, don't worry. I show you some of the races. It could be interesting for you to see some of the races. Plus, we do all the stuff in the parks, too, and resorts. So kind of a fun series over Wine and Dine. And, yes, come check it out. Must See Adventures. Like and subscribe.
All right, like and subscribe. Must See Adventures over there on YouTube. And don't forget, we'll have a live call-in show Sunday night because I'm back, and we'll take your calls. You want to talk about any of this? Ask Scott questions about his cruise. You can talk about my cruise. We can talk about anything that's on your mind. So join us Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch for that one. And we'll see you Sunday night. All right. So for Scotty G up in Michigan, I'm Mike here in Missouri. You guys have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. Oh, dude, somebody turned the heat up upstairs.
Oh, no, man, I can't stop talking, man. Especially Disney cruising.
I couldn't either because I love this. I'm so amped up because for one, the only time I get to not work is when I'm on a cruise. Yeah, so, man. I'm so excited just to unplug. But,
yeah.
Yeah.
I just realized we're not doing a Sunday night show, though. That's 3 in a row that I missed.
Yeah, no Sunday night show this week. And we're recording next week, so you'll have a whole week to chill.
Oh yeah, geez, man. Well, maybe I should just hop on the Destiny or something.
Dude, show up. It'd be awesome.
I wish. I don't have the time off, unfortunately, or the funds. I just got done with the cruise.
Now I'll be like when we're getting into the port. I'll be like,
I
got a Lion captain hat on.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't wait to hear what your thoughts about new airport, new port. I think that hotel is awesome. New ship. I mean, dude, this is gonna be amazing.
That hotel's expensive, but it was, I wanted to try it. So because it's recommended and I got the cheapest room there. I didn't get I think there was a tower. I just got the basic room.
Okay, yeah.
That one night.
I think it'll be good. I think you're gonna like it. That
pool is sweet. You drove. No, when you were there, did you take
no, we took an Uber because that's great. The airport, the hotel, and the port are right in this little triangle that are so close to each other.
It looks so dang close. It's crazy.
And then we went down to the Fort Lauderdale beach and had dinner that one night too. So we took an Uber there too. So
that's what I think we're gonna do. Because I just want to see the ocean.
Yeah, it was cool just going down to the beach. We went to a sister restaurant for the hotel, and they gave us a free drinks card or something at check-in because I told them we were going to dinner. It's oh well, here, have 4 drinks on us tonight. I'm oh sweet,
dude. I'm totally saying that when we check in then.
Yeah,
because like I said, I just want to go watch football, get something to eat, and then come back. I want to see the beach, and then
it'll be good.
Back, and then it'd be time to go to bed and go cruise.
Then cruising.
All right. Well, I appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry we went long, but are you doing an internet package?
Yeah.
So I'll hear from you then. Sweet.
Yeah. So you can call or just FaceTime or so. I'll be streaming. I'll be doing a lot because the reason I'm on this is to share. Yeah. So I'll be live streaming and stuff.
I'm excited. Man, you're gonna keep my weekend and actually my week entertained. So while I'm at work or whatever,
I'll try because it'll be fun. All right. I'll talk to you, brother. I'm glad you're back.
Thank you. All right. We'll see you. Bye. Bye.
See you guys. All right. We will. This is the last podcast till I get back. So I will catch you guys in about a week. I appreciate y'all. That was a long stretch this week. Lots of shows, but we have them all banked up. So I hope you enjoy all the podcasts, and I'll check you out on Saturday morning from the airport. We'll start the live streams. You guys have a good one.